Sometimes in life, there comes a single moment that changes everything. You don't see it coming, but it's moving toward you. And if I told you that moment is arriving on August 14th, 2025, you might feel a shiver run down your spine. Because what is about to be revealed on that day will not only change your destiny, but rewrite the story of the entire world. And maybe that's why you are hearing these words right now. This is no coincidence. You were meant to hear this today, because you are the one who must be ready while everyone else is still asleep. You are awake, and you need to hear this before it's too late. Subscribe, PLZZ, my dream 1K subscribers. Sometimes in life, there comes a single moment that changes everything. You don't see it coming, but it's moving toward you. And if I told you that moment is arriving on August 14th, 2025, you might feel a shiver run down your spine. Because what is about to be revealed on that day will not only change your destiny, but rewrite the story of the entire world. And maybe that's why you are hearing these words right now. This is no coincidence. You were meant to hear this today, because you are the one who must be ready while everyone else is still asleep. You are awake, and you need to hear this before it's too late. I know what you are thinking. Why this date? Why now? And why me? But listen to me carefully, because what I am about to tell you is not a prediction. It is a warning. It is a call for you to rise up to step into the role you were born for. Because life is about to test you in ways you've never been tested before. There are seasons in life when everything feels the same, when days pass without meaning. But then there are days that carry a weight far beyond their hours. And August 14th will be one of those days. I can feel it in my heart, the way you can feel the air change. Before a storm, you might not see the clouds yet, but the wind is shifting the ground beneath you, is preparing for a tremor, and your spirit knows something is coming. And when it comes, you'll either be ready to rise, or you will be crushed by the weight of what you did not prepare for. That is why I am speaking to you today. Because the world is moving too fast, the noise is too loud, and most people are too distracted to notice the signs. But you are different. That's why you're still listening. Do you remember the last time you stood at a crossroads when your heart told you to take a step, but your fear held you back? Do you remember how it felt to wonder what could have been if you had been brave enough to act? Well, this time you cannot afford to hesitate, because this is not just about you. This is about the people who depend on you, the lives you will touch, the legacy you will leave behind. And on August 14th, 2025, the choices you make will echo far into the future. This is your moment to prepare to strengthen your mind, to sharpen your spirit, to clear away the doubts and excuses that have been holding you back. This is your moment to decide who you will be when the world changes. Because make no mistake, the world will change, and you'll either be a witness or a warrior. I want you to imagine something right now. Close your eyes and picture yourself standing at the edge of a cliff. The wind is cold against your skin, and the world below is vast and unknown. You feel the pull of gravity, reminding you of the comfort of staying where you are. But deep inside, there is another pull, the one that whispers, this is your leap, this is your time. That is exactly where life has placed you right now. The cliff is today. The leap is August 14th, 2025. I wish I could tell you exactly what will happen on that day, but the truth is this isn't about knowing every detail. It's about being ready in your soul to face whatever comes. You see, the strongest people in history were not the ones who knew the future. They were the ones who knew themselves. They were the ones who trained their hearts to stay steady when the earth beneath them shook. And that is what I'm asking of you now. Train your heart, strengthen your courage, because that day will not wait for you to feel ready. It will arrive, whether you are prepared or not. The question is, when it comes, will you run from it, or will you step into it with your head held high and your spirit unshakable? I know you've been through storms before. I know there were days when you thought you wouldn't survive, when your heart was heavy and your hope felt small. But look at you, you're still here. You're breathing, you're listening to these words right now, because deep down you know you are meant for more. You know there's a fire inside you that has not gone out, and August 14th is a day that fire will be tested. Think of everything you have survived, every night you cried alone, every time you were told you couldn't do something, every moment you felt invisible. All of it has been preparing you for this moment. You didn't go through pain, for nothing you didn't face rejection, for nothing you didn't lose what you lost, and nothing. All of it was shaping you, carving you into someone who could rise when the world starts to fall. And maybe that's why you feel something in your chest right now, a mix of fear and excitement. That's the sign you're alive. That's the sign you're ready for change. That's the sign you're not like everyone else who will spend August 14th in ignorance. You will face it awake and aware. And when you do, you will not just survive it. You will use it to become something greater than you ever imagined. And maybe you don't see it, yet maybe you still think this is just another day that will come and go. But I promise you there are moments in history that split time into before and after, and when the sun sets on August 14th. 2025, the world will not be the same. People will remember it the way they remember the days the earth shook the way. They remember the days skies turned red or nations held their breath. And even if the rest of the world forgets, your soul will not, because you will. Know you felt it before it came. I need you to think about where you are right now in your life. Look at the choices you've been making. Look at the things you've been postponing, the conversations. You've been avoiding the dreams. You've been locking away in a corner of your heart, telling yourself someday, someday. But someday is not a date on a calendar, it's an illusion. And on August 14th, that illusion will be shattered. You will see with your own eyes that there is no more someday. There is only now. And I know what it feels like to carry regrets. I know what it feels like to lie in bed and replay the moments you could have spoken, but stayed silent, the opportunities you could have taken, but let pass you by. Have lived with that weight, and it eats at you quietly until one day you wake up and realize you have been standing still while life has been moving without you. That is why I refuse to let you sleep through this moment. I want you to prepare not just with your plans, but with your heart. Prepare by forgiving yourself for mistakes you made. Prepare by letting go of the bitterness you've been carrying. Prepare by speaking the truth you've been afraid to say. Prepare by deciding what kind of person you want to be when this wave hits. Because when it does, you won't have time to build your courage. You'll have to draw from the courage you already built. Some of you have been running from your calling for years. You've been telling yourself you're not ready. You've been waiting for a perfect sign. But here it is, this message, this date, this voice in your ears telling you to rise is a sign you've been asking for. Don't you see it? You've been brought here for a reason. The threads of your life, all the twists and turns, they've been weaving you into the exact person you need to be for what's coming. I remember the night I first felt that the air was still, but my chest was tight, my thoughts restless. I couldn't sleep. I walked outside and looked up at the stars, and for a moment, it felt like the entire sky was holding its breath. I didn't hear words, but I felt a knowing as clear as if someone had spoken into my soul. Be ready, that's all it said. Be ready. I didn't know for what or when. But now I do, and now you do too. And I don't tell you this to scare you. I tell you this because fear has never saved anyone, but courage has changed everything. The people who will rise on August 14th will not be the strongest or the richest. They will be the ones who have trained their spirit to stand firm in the storm. They will be the ones who kept walking even when the road was dark. They will be the ones who dare to believe when everyone else chose doubt. You need to decide right now which one you will be. Will you be the one who says, I wish I had prepared, or the one who says, I was ready and I stepped into my moment? You can't choose both. You can't live half awake anymore. This is a time to cut the chains that have been keeping you small, the time to speak the dream you've been too shy to admit, the time to take that first step you've been postponing. Because you thought you had time, you don't have time, you have now. I have seen it happen before. I have seen people wait too long. They thought they could delay the change until they were comfortable. They thought the wave would wait for them, but when it came, it swept them away, and they were left wondering why they didn't act when they still could. I don't want that for you. I want you to be the one who rides a wave, who turns what could have drowned you into the very force that lifts you higher. So hear me when I say this: the world is not ready for August 14th. But you could be the one who walks into that day with your eyes open and your heart steady. You can be the one who says, I will not be shaken. I will not be broken. I will not be lost in the crowd. I will rise. And maybe right now you're wondering how you can possibly be ready for something when you don't even know exactly what it will be. But that's the secret. Readiness isn't about predicting every detail. It's about strengthening who you are so that no matter what comes, you will stand. Readiness is about building your inner foundation so solid that even if the sky turns black and the ground shakes beneath you, you will not collapse. You will bend, but you will not break. You have to understand this life will not always warn you before it tests you. Most storms don't send invitations. They just arrive unannounced. And when they do, it's too late to start building your shelter. That's why you start now. That's why you begin today, preparing your mind, your spirit, your focus, so that when the wave crashes, you are not scrambling to find your footing. You are already standing strong. There are people who will spend the days before August 14th in distractions, scrolling through screens, drowning in noise, avoiding the pull they feel in their own chest. And then there will be people like you who choose to listen, who choose to sharpen their vision, who choose to rise instead of sleep through history. Which one do you think will be ready to meet that day without fear? I know the world doesn't make it easy. Prepare. We are surrounded by things designed to steal our time, our energy, our attention. And sometimes it feels like the moment you decide to change, everything tries to pull you back into the comfort of the familiar. But comfort is not your friend when your destiny is calling. Comfort is the quiet voice that tells you can wait. Comfort is a chain that keeps you in the same place while your life passes by. You cannot afford to stay there anymore. You must train yourself to see beyond the noise, look deeper, listen harder, because the signs are all around us if we have the courage to notice them: the tension in the air, the restlessness in your spirit, The way certain moments keep repeating themselves in your life, as if the universe is trying to tell you something, it all points to the fact that something is coming, and that something is closer than you think. And here's the truth no one wants to admit: there is no safe middle ground in moments like this. You either rise or you fade, you either act or you are acted upon, you either shape the moment or the moment shapes you. That is why August 14th is not just another date. It is a mirror, a test of the line in the sand between who you were and who you will choose to become. So what do you need to do now? You need to clear the fog from your mind. You need to stop feeding the doubts that have been growing in your head. You need to stop telling yourself you're not ready. You need to speak the words out loud. I am ready, even if you don't feel it, yet you speak it, because your words are seeds. And if you plant them with belief, they will grow into reality you need. And while the world sleeps, you work. While the world wastes time, you prepare. While the world waits for signs, you decide that this moment is yours. Because here's the thing: history doesn't wait for those who hesitate. It moves forward with those who dare to step first. So I am asking you right now to make a promise, not to me, but to yourself. Promise that you will not waste the days between now and August 14. Promise that you will not let fear or laziness steal this moment from you. Promise that you will walk into that day as the strongest version of yourself you have ever been. Because when the sun rises on that day, there will be people who are caught off guard, and there will be people who are ready. And I know which one you were meant to be. I know. Because you're still here listening to these words. You haven't clicked away. You haven't turned back. And that means something. It means your heart knows what your mind is only just beginning to understand. This is your time. And maybe you've never thought of yourself as chosen. Maybe you've spent your life believing you are just another face in the crowd. But I'm telling you now, you are not ordinary. You have been shaped by moments no one else has lived. You carry scars that tell a story no one else could tell. You have survived nights that would have broken others. And you did not come through all that just to live small. And unnoticed, you were built for something greater, and the timing of this message is no accident. Every step you've taken, every wrong turn, every heartbreak, every victory, it's all been leading you here. And that's the thing about destiny. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It whispers in the quiet moments. And then one day it knocks, and you either open the door or you pretend you didn't hear it. But August 14th, 2025 will not be a whisper, it will be a knock so loud it shakes the walls of your life. I have seen this happen before. People who thought they had more time, people who thought they could hide in the shadows until they felt stronger, but when their moment came, they weren't ready, and regret followed them like a shadow for the rest of their days. That's why I'm not softening my words. I am telling you plainly, the time to prepare is now. The time to decide is now. You may be wondering, what does preparation look like? It's not just about plans and lists and schedules. It's about clearing the weight from your soul. It's about cutting the ties of things that drain you. It's about forgiving people you've been holding bitterness against, because anger is too heavy to carry into a battle. It's about speaking your truth even when your voice shakes, because silence will cost you more than courage ever will. And when you do this, when you strip away the fears and the lies and the excuses, you will feel lighter and stronger than you've ever felt before. You will be ready to move. When others freeze, you will be ready to act. When others wait. And that is what will set you apart when the wave comes. Some people will look at you and not understand. They will wonder why you are waking up earlier, training harder, speaking with more conviction. They will tell you you're being dramatic, that nothing is coming, that you're wasting your energy. And when they do, you must remember this: they are speaking from their own fear, their own blindness, their own comfort. Don't let their doubt become your truth. Because here's the reality: most people do not see change until it's already here. They don't feel the shift until the ground is already breaking beneath them. But you can feel it now. You can sense the air thickening the way a storm brews on the horizon. And if you can feel it, that means you've been given the responsibility to be ready. I am telling you this because I believe in you, and I don't say that lightly. I believe in the part of you that is tired of settling for less. I believe in the part of you that refuses to die with your dreams still inside you. I believe in the part of you that hears these words and feels something deep and undeniable rising in your chest. That is your spirit answering the call. And when August 14th arrives, I want you to remember this moment. Remember that you were warned. Remember that you were prepared. Remember that you chose to be awake when everyone else stayed asleep. And when the test comes, you will pass it not by accident, not by luck, but because you decided long before that day that you would. And maybe you still don't know exactly what will happen. Maybe the details are hidden from you for now. But trust me when I say this: you don't need to know every detail to win the battle. You just need to be the kind of person who cannot be moved no matter what the battlefield looks like. That is who you are becoming right now. There's something you need to understand about moments that change everything. They don't wait until you're ready. They don't send you a reminder the night before they arrive. without knocking. And when they do, you have two choices. You either step forward or you step back, and stepping back may feel safer in the moment, but it will haunt you long after the moment has passed. August 14th. 2025 will not care about your excuses. It will not pause to give you another week to think about it. It will not slow down because you feel tired or unprepared. That day will come like the sunrise, unstoppable. And when it does, it will demand an answer from you. And if you have spent your days preparing, you will have the strength to answer with certainty. But if you've wasted your days, you will stand there with nothing but regret. And I don't want you to face the kind of regret. I've seen it before in the eyes of people who knew they had the chance to rise, but didn't take it. They carry it with them like a shadow that never leaves. They replay the what if over and over in their minds, and it eats away at their spirit. I am telling you this now, because I don't want you to be one of them. Preparation is not always glamorous. It's the quiet work you do when no one is watching. It's the discipline to push yourself. When no one is clapping for you, it's the decision to keep moving forward. Even when progress feels invisible, it's the late nights and early mornings, the sacrifices no one will thank you for, but that will make you ready when it matters. You might feel like no one understands the urgency you feel right now, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to understand your calling. Sometimes you have to walk a path that feels lonely, but that loneliness is not a punishment. It's a sign you're on a different frequency. You are hearing what others can't hear, yet you're seeing what others will only see when it's too late. That is a gift. Don't waste it. There will be distractions between now and that day. They will come disguised as harmless habits, as small compromises, as temporary pleasures. But every time you give in to them, you are trading a piece of your readiness for something that won't matter. In the end, you have to protect your focus like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. You see, we're not just talking about a date on the calendar. We're talking about a turning point in your life, a day where everything you've carried inside you, all the potential, all the lessons, all the strength will be called to the surface. And when that day comes, you will either meet it as a prepared warrior or as someone who wishes they had been won. So I want you to start imagining that day now. Picture yourself waking up on August 14th. 2025, feel the air, feel the light coming through your window, feel the energy in your body, and ask yourself, am I ready? Imagine stepping outside and seeing the world moving in a way it never has before. Imagine knowing deep in your bones that whatever happens, you will stand tall because you chose to prepare. That feeling, that certainty, that pride in yourself will be worth every ounce of effort you put in now. And here's the thing, you are not preparing alone. Even if it feels that way, you are part of something bigger. There are others like you scattered across the world, hearing the same call, feeling the same urgency. And when the day comes, you will recognize each other not by words, but by the fire in your eyes. You will know who is awake, and who is sleeping. You will know who is ready and who is not. I am speaking to the part of you that knows there is more for your life than what you've been living, the part of you that refuses to believe you were born just to survive paycheck to paycheck, day after day, without meaning the part of you that craves purpose and impact. That part of you is right. That part of you is why you are still here listening. So here's my challenge to you. Do not let this message fade into the background noise of your life. Do not let these words be just another video you watch. And decide right now that you will take action. Decide right now that you will wake up tomorrow with more focus than you've ever had. Decide that every single day between now and August 14th, you will prepare like your future depends on it, because it does. And when that day comes, when the sun rises on August 14th, 2025, and the air feels different and the weight of history presses against your chest, you will stand there. And you will know that you heard the call and you answered it. You will know that you refused to hide. You will know that while the world was distracted, you were building yourself for this exact moment. The world will not be ready, but you will, and that will make all the difference, because readiness is not about having all the answers. It's about having the courage to face the unknown with your head high and your heart steady. So when the hour comes, you will not be among those who ask what is happening. You will be among those who say, I was born for this. You will be among those who lead. While others follow, you will be among those whose strength becomes a light others look for in the dark. Remember this moment. Remember these words. Remember that you are not here by accident. You are here because you are meant to rise. And when the test arrives, you will not only survive it, you will conquer it. You will walk through it stronger, braver, and more alive than ever before. So go now, prepare live these days with intention. Walk into that morning ready to meet whatever comes. And when it does, let the world see what I already know, that you are unstoppable. Because August 14th is coming, and so are you.